Bangladesh is a small country in Southeast Asia with an area of 1,47,570 kilometers. Independent from 1971 with a democratic government. Population about 159 million. Capital Dhaka. Currency is called Taka. 7 divisions and 68 districts. Bangladesh produces very significant quantities of jute, rice, tea, and mustard seed. 2/3 of Bangladeshis are farmers. One 3/4 of the profit comes from the industries, overall from that of exporting garments. Every year, the people of Bangladesh suffer from natural calamities such as floods, cyclone. These calamities result in richer classes becoming more rich and poorer become more poor because the relief is not distributed among the poor. Official language Bengali. English is used very much as second language by middle and higher class of the society. The literacy rate is 50% among men and 31% among women. But at present, the situation of the women is on the progress. Religions. Islam 87.7%, Hindus 9.2%, Buddhist 0.7%, Christian 0.3%, like salt in the world among other religions. Bangladesh is a democratic country with 3 main political parties, BNP, Awami League and Jatiya Party. For the inability of collaboration among the 3 parties, there is a great tension among these groups, and as a result, the people suffer a lot, in a particular way, the poor people. Bangladesh is a Muslim country. About 16 centuries ago, Christianity enters through the traders who came to Bengal with the intention of business. As they saw that there was a great field for spreading the gospel, so they brought with them the priests, Capuchin fathers from Portuguese, who were to maintain their spiritual lives and proclaim the gospel of Christ. Later on, also the other men and women congregation enthusiastically worked for the spread of the gospel. Children's situation in Bangladesh: malnutrition, child labor, illiteracy, lack of care and love, child trafficking.
The province of Bangladesh was part of the province of Calcutta up to 1961. In 1961, Superior General Mother Constantina Baldilucci visited the province of Calcutta, which was spread out in both East and West Bengal. She very well sensed the hardships and difficulties of the sisters in communicating with the provincial in Calcutta, in carrying out their mission in both West and East Bengal. On her return to Italy, she decided together with her council to erect a separate province for East Pakistan for better governance and effective apostolate. When the East Pakistan gained its independence and was called Bangladesh, the province too was called Province of Bangladesh. The new province came into existence in 1961.
Today, the Sisters of Charity have 21 convents in Bangladesh, 18 communities and 3 offshoots. The total number of sisters are 107. The communities are spread out in 6 dioceses out of 8 total dioceses of Bangladesh. The Sisters of Charity has been working in close collaboration with the Church, being faithful to its charism of charity and the spirituality. The Institute has actively participated in the evangelizing mission of the Church in the remote villages and among the Aboriginals. It has taken its place among the poor and the most needy, care of the youth, widows, orphans and the unwanted. The youth are given a great attention by giving them protection, formation and economic help to continue their study. We have 4 hostels for the college students. The church very much appreciates our initiative. 2 sisters are rendering their service in the nunciature as assistant to the secretary and in the house management.
Education sector. A good number of sisters are involved in education. Out of the 21 communities, 17 communities have either primary, junior school or high school. 3 schools are belonging to the institute: Sacred Heart Secondary School, Jeshore, St. Joseph's Junior High School, Dinajpur, and St. Jerusal's Junior High School, Saidpur. All these convents have also boarding houses for the children and youth studying in the colleges. Most of the children in the boarding are poor who cannot afford to pay their boarding fees. We also run a separate session in the afternoon in Saidpur and Dinajpur for the children who work as house servants or employed in the garments or day laborers. The demand of the admission is high. Our charity goes to all without caste and creed, rich and poor. Medical sector. The sisters are rendering their services in 2 diocesan hospitals. Both the hospitals have also nursing schools. The sisters are giving all kinds of service starting from the ward, operation theatre, outdoor sector, matron, pharmacy as teachers in the nursing school. Many of the communities have dispensaries where the sick are given help with medical facilities. Besides this, the sisters are engaged in working for the women's welfare, upholding their dignity by providing them work and the means to earn. Orphans and poor children are taken care by keeping them in the boarding and providing education facilities.
Kapitaniya Convent, Dhaka. In 1982, the provincial house was transferred from Dinajpur to Dhaka. Here, together with the community, there is also the novitiate. At present, 6 novices are under formation. The community takes care of the parish church, animation of the liturgy, cooperation in the pastoral work of the parish by teaching catechism. 2 sisters are rendering service in the apostolic nunciature. One of the sisters cooperates in the BCR program. Listening to the poor and needy coming from different places is also another service done by this community.
Maria Bambina Convent, Dhaka. It is an offshoot of Kapitaniya Convent. Formation and protection of the young college students is its objective. The girls take opportunity to come to Dhaka for higher studies. A keen interest is taken for their human, moral and spiritual formation and train them to be future leaders of the society. One sister is in charge of the parish school.
Prabhatir Tara Convent, Boruakuna. The community started in 1997. It is situated in the remote place of the Mymensingh diocese. Here, sisters are among the very poor Mandi tribal people. The sisters cooperate in the pastoral work of the parish. Besides, through boarding, sewing center, school and medical care, sisters serve the people. By the untiring service of the sisters, the people have received new life. A lot of development is made, especially the women are becoming self-sufficient by earning their living in the sewing center.
St. Anne's Convent, Mymensingh. In 2001, St. Anne's Convent started to exist as an offshoot of Kapitania Convent, Dhaka. Two sisters are here among the Mandi girls who want to study in the college or university. Sisters are one with the girls and rendering service in favor of their human, moral and spiritual formation. The girls are being qualified in a secure place. Side by side, they equip themselves in different kinds of skills like computer training and other modern technology.
Sacred Heart Convent, Jeshore. It is the first community in Bangladesh, started in 1864. Sacred Heart Convent and School is the result of intense sacrifice and untiring missionary zeal of the missionary sisters. In this school, today nearly 2,000 children are being educated. Besides the school, the 5 sisters are engaged in pastoral work, family visits, boarding, hostel and sewing center in favor of the welfare of women.
St. Bartholomew's Convent, Shimulia. This community starts its journey in 1886. In these long years of its journey, the 4 sisters, being faithful to the founding charism, are working in the primary and high school of the parish. Side by side, there is also the boarding for the high school girls. The sisters are actively present in the pastoral work of the parish. There is also a dispensary for the medical need of the people. The Handicraft Center of Shimulia is a witness to show how the sisters have helped the widows, poor and helpless women of different status in the society, caste and creed, to live with dignity in the society with their own earning.
St. Bartholomew's Convent, Bhaburpara. From 1852, the sisters, through the pastoral work, school, orphanage, boarding and village apostolate, try to reach with the merciful love of the Father. Being only in 4, they struggle to reach the needs of the apostolate.
Fatima Hospital, Jeshore. Fatima Hospital starts its journey as a community in 1966. Here there is a junior nursing training school. Many girls from the villages get their training. Some of our sisters too are being trained as nurses here. The hospital has gained a name for its impartial service. All without a discrimination are being admitted.
Santa Maria Sick Assistance Center. In 1996, Sick Assistance Center is started with the intention of reaching the needs of the poor sick people who do not have an access for treatment in the big hospitals. Once in a year, the doctors from Italy come here to help in the center and give their service to the poor people.
St. Jeruja's Convent, Andarkota. In 1998, the Sisters of Charity hand over the mission in Dhanjuri to the congregation of Pime sisters and start to work in Andarkota. Today, the 2 sisters are involved in the service of the poor children, evangelization in the villages and pastoral work.
St. Pius X Convent, Borni. As a fulfillment of St. Bartholomew's dream, today the sisters are working in the favor of the young in the boarding, high school and primary school. They stand by the poor women of the society by running a sewing center. They are actively involved in the pastoral work of the parish, especially among the youth and the women. They accompany the Christian faithful in deepening their faith by visiting families.
Shantiniketan Convent, Dingaduba. The deep concern of Sister Sylvia Gallina for the treatment of the poor sick people of the villages brought into existence this sick shelter in 1980. Today, according to the need of the time, the poor sick of different parishes without any discrimination are given shelter and are accompanied to the hospital to have a proper treatment in the medical hospital. TB patients too are treated, nourished, and are taken care with Christ-like charity until they are restored to complete health.
Holy Angels Convent, Shushunipara. In 1992, in favor of the pastoral care of the poor people, the Sisters of Charity reaches this remote place with the charity of the Redeemer. Today, the four sisters tirelessly work for the cause of evangelization through school, boarding, pastoral work, visiting families, and evangelization in the villages. The youth of the villages are taken care, thus the kingdom of God is being preached.
Kazagaya Convent, Rajshahi. Keeping in mind Bartholomew's deep concern for the youth and our responsibility towards them, Kazagaya Convent is started in the Jubilee year of 2000 on the birthday of Saint Bartolomeo Capitanio. Today, giving priority to the formation of the youth, the sisters are running a hostel for the college students. Job opportunity for the women and girls is provided through the sewing center. Sisters also render service in the parish school, catechesis, and pastoral work in the parish.
Fatima Convent, Bortola. As a response to the invitation of the Bishop of Rajshahi Diocese, Fatima Convent comes into existence in 2009. Faith formation was the priority of the place. Faithful to this need, the sisters are serving in the mission for the spread of the kingdom through evangelization, service in the parish school, pastoral work as animators for different groups and catechesis.
St. Vincent Hospital, Dinajpur. St. Vincent Hospital starts at St. Vincent Home for the Orphans by the Pime Fathers. Later on, it is changed into a dispensary. The sisters are involved in the administration of the hospital, bedside service, operation theatre, and pharmacy. They pay special attention to the formation of the young students of nursing training school through catechism, liturgical preparation, and accompaniment. The sick and the suffering experience God's healing touch through the service of charity.
St. Jerusalem Convent, Saidpur. The sisters started their apostolic work in the railway hospital of Saidpur as nurses in 1949. Gradually, they moved from the hospital and started a school for little children on request made by the local Biharis. Today, the school is upgraded to primary school. Faithful to the charism, the sisters have started a school in the afternoon for the children who work as servants or in the garments. Today, the sisters, through their service in the children's home, pastoral work, village apostolate, catechesis, and family visits, express their loving, tender charity of Christ.
St. Joseph's Convent, Dinajpur. St. Joseph's Convent came into existence in answer to the call of the Church for the education to the little children of Dinajpur town. This is the first provincial house when the province was erected in 1961. Today, the porcelains are kept here for their initial formation. Keeping in mind Bartholomew's great love for the youth and the poor needy children, the community has taken initiative to open a hostel for the college students and a school for the very poor children in the afternoon.
St. Jerusalem's Convent, Mariampur. At the call of the Church and to meet the needs of the newly evangelized Adivashis, the community is started in 1965. The main call of the Church and to meet the needs of the newly evangelized Adivashis, the community is started in 1965. The main apostolic work of the community is evangelization among the pagans. In view of this, there is a high school, sewing center and boarding, where our sisters long day in and day out for their welfare. Sisters animate the different groups and collaborate in all the pastoral activities of the parish.
Christojoti Convent, Kellabari. Kellabari community is the fulfillment of the dream of Sister Sylvia Gallina and Father Pinus Pime in favor of the evangelization among the Hindus. The sisters used to come to this place for village apostolate from Saitpur. The community started its apostolate among the Kshatriyas through education, direct evangelization, caring for the children through boarding and catechesis. The sisters today continue their apostolic activity by visiting families and trying to strengthen the weak faith of Hindus.
Holy Infant Mary's Convent, Sylhet. The community starts its journey as offshoot of Provincial House at Sylhet in 2013 at the call of Apostolic Nuncio Joseph Marino and the request of Oblate Provincial Superior. Two sisters start their mission at Borolekha through boarding, school, family visits and pastoral work and evangelization in the Punjis. In 2016, it is erected as a community. Now in this last stage, it has also started a dispensary to reach the needs of the people.
Following the footprint of Saint Bartholomew and the example of Saint Vincenza, the sisters of the province are continuing to reach the flame of charity to all. May our saints and Santa Bambina help us all to walk towards the path of charity.